And Captain Massive brothers and sisters, we are finally back. We finally made it to another reaction on the one and only Mystelics reaction, guys. For some reason or the other, brothers and sisters, I recorded a different part of my reaction. I thought I was going to do one reaction today, but I realized I was going to be doing two reactions. I was going to talk about the situation that involved in Silver Lake, and then I was going to talk about this situation that I'm talking about right there. Of course, based on the title, you can pretty much tell what I'm going to be talking about right there. Guys, I did the first part of this thing, and for some reason or the other, the computer stopped recording, and that file was just not saved at all. I don't know if it was meant to be that way, but when 21 minutes of recording, brothers, 21 minutes of recording. Brothers and sisters, I will do that video tomorrow because I am not going to do that again. I just realized it's two videos I have to end up doing there today. Maybe it was meant to be that way. Maybe it was meant to be. Maybe I said something. Oh, brothers and sisters, if you saw that reaction, last week, maybe I'll have a new clarity of mind, brothers and sisters, when I am able to do this video again, man. Because I'm telling you, that was real authentic truth right there. Oh, boy. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts in that regard. Of course, this is where I give my thoughts and comments, brothers and sisters. But of course, we're going to be talking about another topic today. Welcome to this Mystelics reaction, guys. I do appreciate every single one of you guys. Don't forget to do what? Click the like button. I would appreciate that right there. Click the thumbs up button, and of course subscribe and turn on that post notification so you can get the latest vibrations when they tend to come from. I tell you, boy, that was something else. Boy, hey, maybe that happened that way, boy. Hey. Anyways, brothers and sisters, without further ado, let us get into the vibrations for the day right there. In the Antrim region, brothers and sisters, there was this thing that took place right there. Yes, apparently a vehicle ended up blazing up. I don't know what exactly happened, but in the Antrim region, a vehicle was ablaze. I don't know if something went wrong or somebody maliciously did this. But if somebody maliciously did this, stop your dirty ways for me, please. Or maybe something happened in the vehicle and that caused this to, end up in that circumstance right there. So guys, please be careful out there. Thank God nobody got hurt or injured from my understanding from this thing. It kind of reminds me of what took place in the Sofia region. If you guys remember what I'm talking about, where the individuals were in the vehicle, set ablaze by an individual who got bailed recently. Right there. So hopefully this is not triggering to anybody from the southern part of Dominica. But I had to definitely post this stuff right there. This happened in the Antrim. Thank God nobody got hurt or injured as a result of this situation right there. But I know to lose your vehicle, brothers and sisters, is not anything soft. Especially these kind of vehicles over $100,000, and probably the individual is paying for that. Hopefully he was insured and will be able to get the monies to probably clear the vehicle in that regard. Was there a name tag on it? Let me see if there's a name tag. Well, the name tag burned, brothers and sisters. Sorry to the individual who lost the vehicle right there. But remember, guys, you have life. That is always a good thing, right? It's interesting. Boy, guys, if all you saw that reaction I did there, maybe that was too heavy for all you, boy. Maybe that was too heavy, brothers and sisters. So, yeah. Anyways, brothers and sisters, moving along right there. Of course, we saw this yesterday, looking at the Office of the Prime Minister's Finances 2024-2025, and you can see the kind of monies that the Prime Minister is getting for living. I'm guessing maybe salaries, including their personal endowments, wages. Yes, wages is definitely including inside there, supplies and materials, of that sort. For 2024-2025, obviously, this thing is estimates. They just change it. So just like when they did the estimate, I think in 2022, and the Office of the Prime Minister went up, boy, that was a big jump. Hey, so you've seen the different estimates, brothers and sisters, of what the Prime Minister getting and the life that he gets to live under the finances of the Dominican people themselves. Great, wonderful. Now we know about the situation involving the Prime Minister getting a vehicle for his little ones. And somebody pointed out something very important to me right there. I'll point it out to you guys momentarily, but let's check this letter out that the Prime Minister apparently wrote or maybe secretary wrote, or somebody wrote it right there from the office of the Prime Minister right there. So you see the number, you see from Honorable Roosevelt SKERRIT Prime Minister to Mrs. Missy Henderson, Permanent Secretary, Office of the Prime Minister, November 25th. That was three days ago. Apparently this letter was dated, not necessarily read, but dated right there. Maybe it was sent out today or yesterday, whatever it is, brothers and sisters. You get the sentiment in that regard. Anyways, it has been brought, remember this is November 25th 2024 right there. It has been brought to my attention, the Prime Minister is saying, SKERRIT is saying, that a vehicle purchased for the office of the Prime Minister and to be used to transport my children. Let's read that again. It has been brought to my attention that a vehicle purchased for the office of the Prime Minister and to be used to transport my children, among other services, brothers and sisters. We didn't see all this thing, no? It was clearly written on the memo. You guys can check the previous video that I did. Clearly written, a transportation to be used for the transportation of the Prime Minister's children for school, etc. That's what written on the thing. SKERRIT is not telling us. Now keep in mind. Let me take my time. SKERRIT is telling us the vehicle purchased for the office of the Prime Minister and to be used to transport my children, among other services, including transportation of guests of the government, has created discomfort to some. That is not what is written, SKERRIT. That is not what is written there at all. We all saw the letter. You want to pretend as if we didn't see the letter, and you know telling us what is written in the letter. That is not how it works. We all saw the letter. I should have brought up the letter again, but anyways, brothers and sisters, maybe so it has to be. SKERRIT is now saying, I hereby instruct that the vehicle shall not be used for the transportation of my children under any circumstance. First of all, that is the main reason why the vehicle was to be used. He's not saying that the vehicle is somehow going to be sent back, No. He's saying, based off the first paragraph, the vehicle purchased for the office of the Prime Minister and to be used to transport my children, among other services. So that tells you the vehicle not going nowhere. The vehicle is not going nowhere, brothers and sisters. It is just not going to be used to transport my children under any circumstance. That's what he say. But if they still have the vehicle, they can still transport the children anytime they want. True or false? Brothers and sisters, this is where logic comes in. Common sense. We using our brains to decipher what we read or what we read and what we read before. Because generally speaking, when you get the letter, based on what the letter was written before, brothers and sisters, I think I should try and find that letter, Let me try and find that later, brothers and sisters. Hold on. Okay, brothers and sisters, I have found it. Let us read right there. This is on November 11th, brothers and sisters. November 11th. All right? All right, then. I heard that this vehicle was sent through since September. September, brothers and sisters. All right. Anyways, this is what it's saying right there. The Honorable Minister of Finance has approved the purchase of a vehicle to be used for the transportation of the children of the Honorable Prime Minister. That's all that there. If all you think is I'm making up, so this is why I had to go hunting for that letter right there. For the transportation of the children of the Honorable Prime Minister. The vehicle to be purchased at J. Astor Vans, as you can clearly see, for $184,500. You have to put all that in it right there. And of course, expenditure to be met under recurrent head, of course, under the public purse. SKERRIT is telling us it has been brought to his attention that the vehicle purchased for the office of the Prime Minister and to be used to transport his children, among other services, including transportation of guests of the government, has created discomfort to some. You see how crazy that is? I see why I had to do this video separate. I see why now, brothers and sisters. Yes, So it's very clear that SKERRIT must be delusional. He's been delusional. Alright? Now it's interesting that this letter was written November 11th. That vehicle was already purchased. Right there. Well, it's a vehicle to be purchased at J. Fans. But of course, we saw the vehicle right there. Anyways, November 25th, 2024. Which of course, that has been used. The vehicle has been used for quite some time. Okay, alright. Wonderful, brothers and sisters. So you know that the vehicle has been transporting his children back and forth. He is then saying, I hereby instruct that the vehicle shall not be used for. It shall not be used for this thing. Approved to what the vehicle was actually purchased for. It would not be used for this. They're not sending back the vehicle. No, brothers and sisters. But of course, he is instructing that the vehicle shall not be used for the transportation of his children under any circumstance. Such decision shall be implemented effective November 25th. That was, of course, the same day that he wrote this thing right there. That notwithstanding, I have proceeded to purchase a vehicle which shall be used to transport my children to and from school. The issue here was not on the basis of you getting a vehicle. You needed to get a vehicle because that's not who the people vote. The people didn't vote for your children, for them to take care of children. No. You're already renting a house for $64,000, that of which your children get to enjoy. You then saying, based on the finance minister right there, that they purchased not a vehicle. Boy, on top of these $64,000 that the children themselves get to enjoy, they get their own vehicle now. That is what is stated in the letter. It's not me that make it up. It's not me. It's written right there, brothers and sisters. But of course, SKERRIT is not saying he's going to bring back the vehicle and then get back the funds so that the funds could be used for the people's benefit. No. He's saying that it will not be used to transport his children, but it will be used for the office of the Prime Minister. And of course, the among other services, which of course includes transportation of guests of the government, right there. So it will not be sent back. A lot of people say, okay, that's good. At first, I thought, okay, well, I was going to come and say, okay, that's good that you recognize that that should not be done, and so forth and so forth. But then I'm reading the letter, no, as I'm interacting with you guys, and realize that he's not going to give back the vehicle. No. So the $184 and $500, brothers and sisters, is still gone. Let the record show that at no time did I ask for any vehicle. So you mean to tell me, Minister of Finance, this so is your birthday? Is your children's birthday? So they just decide, you know what, Minister of Finance, you know what, boy, let's just buy SKERRIT children a vehicle, boy. We'll just surprise him. Wow, we'll surprise him with a vehicle for his children. That is what they say. The Minister of Finance approved to purchase vehicle for. It is stated right there. But SKERRIT come and say, no, it's not just that. It's for other things as well. Which means that he knew, brothers and sisters, that's strong. Which means he knew that the vehicle was going to be purchased. Whereas for Minister of Finance thought it was only for the children. He's the one approving it for things. So that means SKERRIT knew or had no knowledge that the vehicle was going to be purchased. You know why? Because he stated it right there for the office of the Prime Minister and to be used for the transportation of guests, not just for his children. Really? SKERRIT, you can tell some people these things. You cannot tell me this. This is why I decipher things. Use logic, my brain working well. You see me? So it's not just you coming and say things. He said, let the record show that at no time did I ask for any vehicle to be purchased to specifically transport my children to and from school. Whereas this is specifically approved for his children to be transported to and from school. Well, not for the school, you're right. It didn't say for school, let's carry it. So, but it used to transport the transportation of his little ones right there. Okay? And of course, you saw the signature and what have you in that regard right there. So he said he had no knowledge apparently to specifically transport my children to and from school, even though it's clearly written Right there. Okay, SKERRIT. Though the world over, a state facilitating any head of government through such courtesy is common practice. It's common practice. There's someone I want you guys to listen to right there. And I think this girl is phenomenal when it comes down to her reasoning. And let's take a listen to what she has to say right there. Let's look at the second one first.
But the problem has not been resolved because that 180K, it's still not in this. The state don't have it because
exactly, the state still don't have it.
It did there in the form of a car. What a car supposed to do for nobody, for nothing. You get me? Imagine you there in a business relationship with somebody, you have a business partnership with somebody, or you have a company, and then the person go in the bank account and buy a ride for themselves.
Not even from their money, you know. From the people's money they take to go and buy a ride. No boy. That was approved in Parliament now? Huh? No. Oh.
Checking like, yeah, they try to take boss to come in the office and whatever, so they buy a ride for themselves. They don't even discuss that with you. You don't even approve that. And they go and buy the ride. And then after, when you check in, but my brother, you cannot just come in the business account without you ask me, without you consult me, without...
You don't even ask the people? It's not all your money that they know. They give all your authority over the money, but you have to consult the people to do these things. This is why you need to elect the right set of people, brothers and sisters, because the people you might vote for don't have your interests at heart. They have who? The people who put them in positions, interest in heart. Remember the great reset that happened in Dominica, brothers and sisters? Remember that? Oh, okay, you don't remember? Okay, well, I remember it.
We say nothing, we agree on that, and just buy a ride for yourself. That's not right. And then the person say, okay, you know what, fine, I'll buy a vehicle for myself now. Now what that vehicle is supposed to do? The one you buy already, you're just going to sit down there? Where is the refund? Where is the refund? Send back the money. We don't want the car, we want the money.
Refund. So we want the refund so that we can put it in the right things that will be benefit to the people. That would of course be the hospitals, that would be the roads, that would be especially the feeder roads for agriculture. I think that would make some sense, don't you think so? But no! Although the vehicle was clearly purchased for SKERRIT children, based on the letter, it's not we that not make it up here. There, but that's the letter with stamp. It's stamped, brothers and sisters. SKERRIT want to say no, we don't give him back the thing, and he can still use the same vehicle to transport his children, even though he say he's not going to be using it for that. You know, you want to purchase his own vehicle. You purchase your own vehicle on a thing. Very interesting stuff right there. This is another thing that she stated right there, guys. Take a listen.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I agree the man should have transportation for his children.
Definitely. Of course. It's your children.
Because as he so pettily said, it is common practice elsewhere.
Elsewhere? Dominica is elsewhere now? Huh? Dominica is elsewhere?
However, read the
and when I say Dominica is elsewhere, let me just listen to what she said.
room.
Read the room.
At this point, the way the state of the country is,
Oh.
the way our ambulance looking like an ambulance.
Ambulance. The ambulance, brothers and sisters. The ambulance having an oxygen. Exactly.
Come on. The way everybody they're talking about Joseph life, to come up now and say 180K bones, 180K racks, 180K bands spending on a transport for my children.
Let's not forget the 4,500. $184,500, brothers and sisters. Some of you barely making that in a year. Don't forget the 4,500.
No, sir. Read the room. It was not the right time for that. Check the state first and then check yourself. You get me?
You see me? Well, I get you. I don't think he get you, no? Because he still have the vehicle. He still have it, brothers and sisters. He still have it. Not going to give it back to the state. They're still going to use it. You know? I was going to come and give SKERRIT kudos for listening to the people and say, okay, he's finally decided, okay, he's gonna give back the vehicle, give back the money, and try to use the money. I thought that was gonna happen. Me, brother, I fooled myself. I fooled myself, brothers and sisters. Thinking, brothers and sisters. God is my witness, you know. I was coming to give SKERRIT his kudos for doing that. I would have asked, okay, well, when will that money be transferred and all those kind of things? Yes, I was going to ask that. But now I clearly read that he said it would not specifically be used to transport his children. It will be used for obviously what is stated in the first paragraph. Of course, that includes the services of transportation of guests. And of course, for the office, the use of the office of the Prime Minister. Okay? What does that entail? You ever ask yourself this question? What does that entail? Because SKERRIT them have their own vehicle up and down. Office of the Prime Minister. Who we giving ride? The Secretary? Huh? Who we giving ride? Huh? Brothers and sisters? Ooh. Very interesting times, brothers. Very, very interesting times right there. Of course, we have this statement, of course, that I have to post out right there. And this is what it reads, brothers and sisters. They leaked that letter themselves, this individual saying, of course he think we dotish. They think we fully dance. I think they leaked the letter. How else could we get it, brothers and sisters? How else? You know, secrets. Secrets. The first memo never stated anything about the vehicle being used for other purposes as well as transporting his children. No. I just read it for you guys right there. It only stated that it was for the sole purpose of transporting his children. So that is a blatant lie. As indicated right there. Can someone say gaslighting? No, right. And that clearly shows that he knew about the purchasing of the vehicle. He knew about it. I want to talk about common practice when Dominica's economy not doing well. You getting $64,000 a month. You getting help. Black is white. Yeah, the people paying for you getting per diems, you getting all sorts of things. Plus your salary that you don't even have to touch. No, you have to touch your salary to buy a vehicle for your children. You saying you can't do that? No, you saying you're going to do it. And the backs of the people paying the price for the decisions that you make. We lose how much thing because of the decisions that you make. And you think you have the privilege to do what other countries doing? Really? SKERRIT. I don't mind SKERRIT doing things in the place and have it. Whether I doing this corruption overseas or not, that is their business, you know. Once the people are taken care of, that is my sole reason. This is why I'm a classic liberal, brothers. Not a liberal, but upon that, a classic liberal. We see the plight and the elevation of the people. If the people doesn't elevate, whoever is responsible for their downfall should go. But instead, we clearly see the kingdomness of SKERRIT right there, brothers and sisters. Of course. 3. So what happened to the vehicle now? What about the 180K that was used? That is 180K now gone down the drain. The vehicle just gonna sit there? No. The vehicle is gonna be used to transport guests and for the office of the Prime Minister, of course. The issue still persists. Yes, brothers and sisters. He didn't know he could have gotten a personal vehicle for his children. He knew this. He just didn't want to use his money, apparently. He thought he could just use the public space for whatever reason. Well, he didn't blame himself. He said not. The finance minister just decided to give your children a vehicle. Why do people have to get rowdy first for him to act right? Because he hard-headed. He doesn't listen. That last statement about the courtesy being common practice is so shady and necessary. SKERRIT is sassy and shady boots. I don't know what that means, but that person wrote this right there. It's not just you say using the car again, you know. Well, first of all, he didn't say not using the car again. They're still going to use it for the guests and for the office of the Prime Minister. You see me? The issue is not the car. The issue is the money that's spent on the car. I agree. It's not the car. Bring back the car so we can get the money so that the money can be used in the hospital and other places to do things that need to buy paracetamol. We can buy $184,000 and 500. We can buy paracetamol and Band-Aid. $184,000 worth of these things to help. You don't think so? We want our $184,500 back. Return and refund. Souple, brothers and sisters. Very interesting times that we're living in right there. Of course, this is of course what I have to point out right there. Action speaks louder than words. You know when they come with the cold campaign and say, I'm going to do this and do that. Oh, this. Remember when SKERRIT came and say, but a set of things just pop up my head when I say, but what I'm specifically focusing on is when he said that Dominicans are going to come back to Dominica in droves. And I know a few that actually try to come back and do the things that scare, because not like Dominicans want to stay overseas. Sometimes they really miss their home. But they have to go because Dominica is not conducive for any elevation at all for them. So they have to leave. So some of them try to come back to Dominica to take advantage of what the Prime Minister said, that Dominicans will fly in but droves. They come in, brothers and sisters, some of them use how much money and they don't get nothing out of it. That to leave and go. I know 2 of them that happened to 2. 1 is too much, 2 of them that happened to. So it's not me that's saying what I want, brothers and sisters. Action speaks louder than words. That's my philosophy right there. Sometimes I listen to people talking and they say, this and that, this and that, by listening to them. Sometimes when people say they care about you, you need to see the actions. You just watch them, see if they show they care. Or they just saying it in words. Next time when someone tries to convince you that they care, look at what they do, not what they say, brothers and sisters. Forget about that. Remember the manifesto of 2014? Big up Mr. Thomas right there for this one. And he's indicating, brothers and sisters, 10 years ago today, we're still waiting for the dream. Remember that dream was, brothers and sisters? What is that? Relentlessly pursue. You know what relentlessly means? Not stopping. Continually pursuing, brothers and sisters, the dream of prosperous, peaceful, and just Dominica. Tell me if that isn't the absolute opposite of what is happening in Dominica today. We are probably one of the most corrupt justice systems happening, brothers and sisters. Is there peace? Basically. Is there peace in Dominica? Where they're trying to silence the people who are trying to protest and say, hey, we need relief from this place. Is there peace? When foreigners come in and they have to be escorted to police station when they come on vacation, ruining the possibilities that could have been happening in Dominica. Deporting people from overseas, trying to make betterment, even to try to push the gospel. Deporting these people. Very interesting times, brothers and sisters. Relentlessly pursuing the dream. Oh, you're probably right. The dream, not the reality. That is the big difference right there. So he probably didn't lie. Relentlessly pursuing the dream of a prosperous. Which prosperous? Where did prosperous? Huh? Maybe phosphorus rocks we're looking for. But prosperous? Really? I haven't said that like a country folks. Prosperous? Really? Prosperous, peaceful, and just Dominica. And this individual is definitely right there when he said, for the past 10 years, 10 years ago today, we're still waiting for that dream. Brothers and sisters, this is pretty much all about for these reaction vibrations today. Let me know your thoughts, brothers and sisters. Let me know your thoughts in the comment box below right there. And then it's about Mystelics once again. Be real, brothers and sisters. Don't forget to click the like button. I would appreciate that if you understand what I'm saying right there. What are your thoughts? These are my thoughts. What are your thoughts? Leave your thoughts in the comment box below, brothers and sisters. And of course, with that said right there, I'll see you guys in the next reaction video. Tune in tomorrow, brothers and sisters. Hopefully, I might drop 2. I might just drop the one that I actually, that one, yeah, that one hold me, eh? Yes, man. Yes, man. I must say it right there, brothers and sisters. Before tomorrow, sympathies goes out to this individual right there. Sympathies goes out to the friends and family of this individual. It's so unfortunate to see the innocent. Make your call in an election show, brothers and sisters. Life is like a vapor. It is important to be mindful of that fact. That is a literal statement. Oh, We'll talk about that tomorrow, brothers and sisters. But sympathies goes out to the family and friends of this individual. Right there. It is about Mystelics once again, guys. Be real. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so. Subscribe, turn on the post notifications, and click the bell when you subscribe, so you can be notified when I drop my videos right here. Be real, brothers and sisters. Salute the King always. Be positive.